Hey guys, it's Ostomonday and this week I am doing the ostomy tag. There are 10 questions here about having an ostomy, so I'm going to answer these and then after I've answered them I'm going to tag 3 people so they answer them too. Number 1, why do you have an ostomy? I actually have 2 ostomies and the reason is because I've got Crohn's disease and it affected my bowel so badly that it became really weak. So when I had a colonoscopy it just basically went straight through the colon, so they had to remove 2 sections of my colon and give me 2 stomas. What type of ostomy do you have? Well, I have 2 stomas like I said. One's an ileostomy, which is where food comes out, let's say, and I've got another stoma which is a type of colostomy, but it's not a normal colostomy, it's actually just for mucus. And the reason I've got that is because I've got a bit of intestine left that's not connected to anything else, it's just kind of floating in the middle. But because it's still connected to the blood supply, it still produces mucus because it thinks it's still like doing its normal job. It doesn't quite get that it's not connected to anything anymore. So it still produces mucus and that mucus has to come out somewhere. And because it's not connected to anything else, it has to have that second stoma to let it out. Does your stoma have a name? Yeah, well, they both have names. So I've got Stan the stoma, which is the ileostomy, and Colin the colon, which is the colostomy. So Stan and Colin, collectively known as the boys. What is your favourite ostomy-friendly food? Well, ostomy-friendly, I'm assuming means like really easy to digest food, so I don't know. I mean, I've been more adventurous with my food recently and I seem to be able to eat almost anything now. But my favourite, probably pasta, because pasta is something it digests really easily and I've always loved Italian food anyway, and pasta's so easy to do. Like if you're sort of stuck for something you think, I know, bowl of pasta. It's just one of those easy go-to meals. What is your favourite ostomy friendly outfit? I've been liking the really oversized shirts and leggings, so because it's so oversized it skims everything, but I also like the old 1950s style dresses, so like the A-line ones that go out at the waist and kind of skim the hips and you got all the netting underneath, so it makes your waist look really little and then like just lots of skirt. And A, it's just flattering anyway for my body shape, you know, the kind of curvy shape that I have, but also it hides everything, so it doesn't cling around where the bag is, you can't see where the stoma is, you can't see if the bag fills up or not. It's perfect and it's just one of those styles that I love anyway. A lot of my dresses I get from Vivien of Holloway and Lindy Bop. I will put links below because if you're a girl like me and you like that style, they are the places to go. So yeah, I'll put the links below, but they are my favourite at the minute anyway. It might change, but they're definitely my 2 kind of main styles at the minute. The oversized plaid shirts and the 1950s vintage look. Can you play sports? If so, what sport do you play? Well, at the minute it's nearly Christmas, which means I've gone into hibernation mode, which means no activity whatsoever, which is terrible. I do not recommend it. However, New Year's resolutions are coming up soon and it's gonna have to be back into my turbo fire. I did a video about getting it back into exercise. I think it was either on my channel or over on the Coloplast channel. I'll find them and link them. But basically I started off doing exercise. I was very unfit anyway, but I started off with walking, then went to Zumba. I didn't go to Zumba, I just did Zumba. Then I moved on to Turbo Fire, then I moved on to T25 but didn't really get on with it, then moved on to Insanity, but then kind of lost track and Christmas came. So New Year's resolutions, I'll be back on my Turbo Fire, and if you want to see my progress on how I do, I'll be doing vlogs, so make sure you subscribe and then you'll know when a new video is up. But having a stoma hasn't stopped me from doing all the workouts that I would have done anyway, so yeah, anything really. What's the thing you hate the most about having an ostomy? It's hard because I'm so grateful for it, like, and it's really strange to say that, but it's difficult for me to find something negative in it because all I see are the positives. I guess the bad thing about having an ostomy is if it leaks, which luckily in my case it's not that often, and it's not such a big traumatic experience for me now if it does leak. Like in the early days it used to be horrible, but now it's fine. So I guess that would be it, but in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not really that big a deal. It's manageable, and it's not that bad, but if I had to pick something, it'd be that. What's the thing you love the most about having an ostomy? Honestly, I think it's given me a weird sense of confidence, which I never thought could happen. I think overcoming something so challenging gives you confidence, and it doesn't have to be ostomy. That could be anything in your life, you know. It could be a fitness milestone, it could be a job thing, you know. Having to overcome something that's really, really difficult gives you a lot of strength, and I think that's what is given it. I think that's the thing I love the most about having an ostomy. And there's other reasons. I'll put a link to a video that I did a while ago called 6 Reasons Why I Love My Ostomy Bags. I'll link that as well, because that kind of sums them all up in one go, really. How long have you had your ostomy? Well, next March, so March 2015, it will be my 5-year Stomaversary, and it will be my husband's 30th birthday, and it will be our 6-month anniversary. Like, there's a lot going on that day. Oh, and while I remember, it is also the day of the Get Your Belly Out ball, so I will put a link to that as well. There's a lot of links going on in this video, but yes, if you haven't heard of that already, it's the Get Your Belly Out campaign. It's their first birthday, well, it's their first birthday ball to celebrate all they've achieved in their first year. So yeah, I'll put a link so you can check that out. But yeah, it's a very good day. The 28th of March, an awesome day. Which is funny to say now, because 28th of March 2010 was the worst day of my life, and now 28th of March 2015 is going to be one of the best days of my life. Weird. And number 10, if you could give a new ostomate one piece of advice, what would it be? Get online. I know that sounds really silly, but let's be honest, stoma nurses are stretched very thin these days because of cuts in the NHS. They're trying to see as many patients as they can, and that's great, but they can't always, I'm not saying everyone, but not all of them are able to provide as much support as they probably want. And it's not their fault, it's because they are so busy that they just can't give the resources. And unfortunately, it depends on the area that they look after. Some areas in the country are really well staffed and you've got a lot of support there, and some others not so much. So in those areas where you've not got the support from your stoma nurse maybe as much as you would want, definitely get online. There's a massive community out there. There's things like the My Ostomy blog, there's the Get Your Belly Out campaign, which is on Facebook, and they've got their own website now. Again, the links will be below. There are forums that you can go to where you can ask questions to people that have had stomas for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So yeah, online resources are so valuable, especially to someone completely new to having a stoma. So get online, or even if you want to meet up with someone local, you know, you've got a local support group, you've got the Colostomy Association, you've got the Ileostomy Association, I'm pretty sure there's a urostomy one as well. I don't deal a lot with urostomies, but I'm sure there is. If there is, I'll put a link below. So yeah, there's a lot of support out there. Don't feel like you're alone, because you're not. There's loads of us. There's loads of us. Think of this as a virtual high five. It'll be scary at first, but you will get through it. I promise. So now I'm going to tag 3 people and they have to answer these questions too. Number 1 is Jess Grossman from Uncover Ostomy. Number 2 is Stephanie from Stolen Colon. And number 3 is Vegan Ostomy. So those 3 have to answer these questions, but also if you want to answer them as well, feel free. All the questions will be in the description, and enjoy. That's it for today, but I hope you're having an awesome day and I will see you in the next video.